Hello, welcome to the class. Today's topic is dimensions of health and ways to maximize your personal health. In order to understand the dimensions of health and to know the various ways for your personal wellness, we should look into a brief definition of health. You know the saying, a sound mind lies in a sound body, which means that for a person to have a sound mind, that is an active thinking problem solving mind, you should have a sound body, that is a healthy body, which indicates a healthy physique. So if you take the definition of health according to World Health Organization, which gave a definition to the health in the year 1948, the definition is as follows. According to WHO, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being. And not merely that, but also the absence of diseases. It means whenever we use the term health, it does not only mean the physical state of a person. It means it also includes the mental well being, that is, a, a mind which can think, which can solve problems of day to day life. And the second point is the social well being, that is, a person who has a proper, or you can say socially acceptable behaviors and relationship. So a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being. In addition to that, a person should be free of diseases. This is what this definition means. Again, in the year 1978, the definition of health was further updated by the World Health Organization. Now it included the ability to lead a socially and economically productive life. Socially economically productive life. Socially productive life means having a good relation with the family, friends, peers, neighbor, and he should be able to contribute something positive to the society. And economical productivity means he should be able to bear the expenses, or he should be able to meet the demands of his dependents, his families. So if you combine these two definitions, now the definition of health becomes a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being and the ability to lead a socially and economically productive life. Coming to the dimensions of health, we have seen the definition of health according to WHO, which included the three dimensions of health. One, physical health; second, mental health; and third, the social health. That is, these three types of health form the three domains of health. That is, physical dimension, mental dimension, and social dimension. In addition to these three, there are two more dimensions. The fourth one, spiritual dimension, and the fifth one, emotional dimension. So there are five dimensions of health: physical dimension, mental dimension, social dimension, spiritual dimension, and emotional dimension. Now let us have a look at these five dimensions one by one. The first one is physical dimension. Physical dimension. The physical dimension of health refers to the bodily aspects of health. It includes age appropriate development in terms of height, weight, and the ability to work according to one's age, and a sufficient amount of energy and capacity to do daily activities. This is the most fundamental dimensions of all the five dimensions, because physical health can affect the other dimensions of health. As a decline in physical health can result in decline in other forms of health. For example, if a person suddenly gets a disease like flu or common cold, he is often isolated socially to prevent infection to others. Such persons usually struggle to focus on their studies, their learning, and their daily activities, and they may feel sad as a result of this disease and their social isolation. That is why physical dimension of health becomes more important and considered as most fundamental dimension of the five dimensions. And now let us see the second dimension of the health. It is called the mental dimension. Mental health refers to cognitive aspects of a person or cognitive aspects of health, or you can simply say the brain activities. It refers to the person's ability to use their brain and think, and this may be to solve problems or to recall information, but the focus here is on the cognitive aspect of the person. Mental health gets affected when a person gets diseases like Alzheimer, dementia, depression, and other diseases which affect the cognitive abilities of a person. As you know, the saying goes, a healthy mind resides in a healthy body, which means a person being free from mental health issues, devoid of issues such as stress, tension, anxiety, fear, depression, etc. etc. A happy person is more likely to attain his goals of life smoothly with an ability to deal with the everyday problem. So, pressure, anxiety, dementia, uh, other mental diseases or tensions gradually affect the physiological health, or you can say physical health of the individual, resulting in losing opportunities in life to achieve goals. Often, mental health is linked to or included in emotional health. So, I want to distinguish these two, mental health and social health, sorry, emotional health. Mental health here is more the functioning of the brain, and while the emotional health refers to person's mood, often connected with their hormones. And the third dimension of health is the social dimension. The social dimension of health refers to our ability to make and maintain meaningful relationship with others. Good social health includes not only having relationship but also behaving appropriately with others and maintaining socially acceptable standards. That is, socially acceptable standards of behavior as well as relationships with the other members of the society. The basic unit of the relationship is the family, as the basic unit of the society is the family. So, and these relationships impact most on a person's life. Other key relationships that affect the social dimension of a person include the relationship with friends, the relationship with his social networks, his neighbors, his teachers, his classmates, and colleagues where he is working. People generally people who love to live in the company of others show signs of tolerance, empathy, philanthropy, and inclusiveness. Social health affects the other dimensions of health in many ways. A bad life can lead to person being feel isolated and unwanted in a society. Such feelings can demotivate people from physical activity and leading to depression and loss of mental as well as physical health. So this is how a person's social health can affect the other dimensions like mental as well as our physical dimensions. And the fourth dimension is the emotional dimension. See, emotional health refers to a person's mood or general emotional state, that is his ability to recognize and express his feelings adequately. It relates to your self esteem as well as your ability to control emotions when you are in the society and to maintain a realistic perspective on situations. The relationship between emotional and mental health is clear because we can because the diseases such as depression and anxiety are concerned with both emotions as well as mental health. Emotional health affects the other dimensions of health, as a person with good self esteem is more confident in social settings, makes friends quickly, easily, and often performs better in his physical activity. And the fifth dimension of health is the spiritual dimension. Spiritual health is related to one's sense of overall purpose in life. The characteristics of this dimension are comprehending the goals of life, to set targets, leading an individual towards spiritual health. This goal of life often comes from a person's faith or religious belief system, or you can say his religion. Spiritual health affects emotional and mental health of a person by helping to apply his energies to reach his purpose of life. It helps a person to rely on one's capacities to stay calm, be sincere, truthful, honest, and optimistic in whatever endeavor of his life. So, this is about the five dimensions of the health. In the next class, we will discuss the various ways in which we can increase the personal wellness or personal health. Thanks for watching.